Europe is in crisis. In the fight to eradicate homelessness, cities where most people live are front and center, and many different approaches are being tested to prevent homelessness and to reintegrate homeless people into independent living right across Europe. Everyone has a right to shelter and housing. Yet, even before the pandemic, homelessness was on the rise in Europe. We have seen increases in unemployment and urban poverty, creating new at-risk groups who struggle to access affordable housing, and the waiting list for people applying to social housing continues to grow. So what can cities do about this? In Ljubljana, the city council already offered intense outreach support to homeless people pre-pandemic by actively reaching out to individuals spending most of their days on the streets. Pairs of NGO caseworkers worked intensively with many people with a wide variety of needs, but who cannot or do not use available help. The increased engagement with these individuals has enabled Ljubljana to better identify and understand their needs and adapt services accordingly. Special emphasis was put on preventing new individuals from falling into this situation, especially young people, many of whom have now emerged as a new group facing homelessness during the pandemic. In Brno, a Housing First program provides housing upfront to homeless families without the need to go through other emergency measures first. It placed 100 homeless families in debt-free housing with the aim of removing financial pressures while working towards their financial independence. The project also provided the families with flexible support from social workers and NGOs needed to help with money management and other necessary services. The overall aim of the program is to find rapid and innovative ways to effectively end homelessness by providing long-term solutions and intensive case-by-case support. After 4 years, 82% of the families are in stable housing and are becoming increasingly independent. In Lille Metropole, where one of the challenges, common to many other cities, is a lack of social housing, the Metropole is turning to the private housing market to provide dwellings for homeless people or those at risk of homelessness. As part of its Housing First strategy, Lille Metropole is investing heavily to recycle 1,800 vacant housing units over the next 12 years, more than one-third of which are being earmarked for social housing. Lille Metropole is also a pledge city in Eurocities' Inclusive Cities for All initiative, in which over 20 cities have signaled housing and homelessness to be their #1 social concern. In Utrecht, there is a focus on prevention of homelessness. As a human rights city, Utrecht wants to ensure that everyone who lives in the city has a shelter and is able to live a normal life. This includes identifying debts in time, such as people who have missed 2 months of rental payment, and offering quick assistance to find a path out of indebtedness. Professionals from the social housing associations quickly engage to find sustainable solutions to avoid increasing debts and the risk of losing a house, and are working to ensure the dignity of their residents and reintegrate homeless people into normal living. Winning the fight against homelessness, including boosting investment in the social and affordable housing stock, will, however, require the joint action of all levels of government. Working together, we can lift more people out of homelessness.